Have you ever met someone and, the moment you exchanged glances, you felt an inexplicable connection, as if you had met before? What if I told you that this could be a sign that you met in a past life? In this video, we'll reveal some surprising signs that you've met someone in a previous life. From that sense of immediate familiarity to coincidences that go beyond logic, we'll explore how these connections transcend time and space. Welcome to the Eye of the Soul channel. Sometimes you meet someone for the first time, but you feel like you've known them for a long time. This kind of instant familiarity is intriguing and difficult to explain. There is no obvious reason for this. After all, you have no memories of previous encounters, but the feeling of closeness is present. This phenomenon may be related to a past life connection, where your souls met before in another time and context. This feeling of deep recognition can occur in many ways. Maybe the look in their eyes seems incredibly familiar, or the way they carry themselves resonates with something inside you. It may be difficult to put into words, but the certainty that you have already shared moments with this person is palpable. This can even generate a feeling of tranquility, as if you were meeting an old friend. Some believe that these connections are the result of pacts or spiritual commitments made in past lives. Souls can make agreements to meet again in future lives, whether to continue learning together or to resolve outstanding issues. The feeling of familiarity would then be an indication that these promises are being fulfilled. Even if you've never been interested in past lives, this type of experience can be a clue to exploring the possibility. Connections that transcend time and space indicate that there is more to human relationships than what we see on the surface. Perhaps you and this person were family, friends, or even rivals in a previous existence. When these connections occur, they can profoundly influence how you interact with that person in the present. The relationship can develop quickly, with a mutual understanding that would normally take much longer to establish. Or in other cases, there may be unexplainable tension, as if there are unresolved issues between you. There are times when you seem to understand someone without having to use words. Exchanges occur through looks, gestures, or simple presence. It's as if you have an invisible communication channel that transcends ordinary dialogue. This ability to read another person, capturing their thoughts and emotions with ease, may be an indication of a connection established in past lives. This understanding can create immediate harmony between people. Without needing long explanations, there's a feeling that you already know that person's behavior patterns, how they react to certain situations, and even what they are about to say. This synchrony can be very comforting, as it feels like you are in perfect sync, even if you have just met in this life. From a spiritual perspective, this can be explained as a soul memory. You may have lived together for a long time in previous lives, which led to a deep understanding that continues to resonate, even without the need for words. This intuitive communication may be a reflection of an old partnership or emotional bond, maintained over time. This type of connection can also help strengthen relationships in the present. When communication is fluid and effortless, there are fewer misunderstandings and more mutual understanding. Interactions become more natural, as if you always know what the other needs or feels. This level of understanding often goes beyond simple empathy. It's almost as if you share the same mind at certain times. On the other hand, this nonverbal communication may not always be harmonious. You may also pick up on feelings of discomfort or tension, and even without words, you know something is wrong. This sensitivity may come from conflictual experiences in past lives, where challenges or disagreements were not resolved. This realization, however, may be an opportunity to resolve these issues in the present. The experience of déjà vu is a fascinating phenomenon, where you feel like you have experienced a certain situation before, even though you rationally know that it is impossible. When this feeling arises in relation to a specific person or during an encounter with them, it could be a sign that you have a history together in past lives. Déjà vu may be an echo of old memories that your conscious mind cannot access, but that your soul still holds. Déjà vu related to personal encounters tends to be stronger and deeper. It's not just the feeling that the moment is familiar, but an inexplicable certainty that you've already been in that place with that person, living that exact moment. This phenomenon can occur in everyday situations, such as a simple coffee or a casual conversation, but the strength of the sensation is undeniable. For many, these moments are a window into past realities. Déjà vu can function as an involuntary memory of experiences you shared in other lives, suggesting that that present moment was already experienced in a previous cycle of existence. It may be that you are repeating an encounter, following learning patterns, or ending a karmic cycle. This type of experience can bring up unexpected emotions. Feeling that you have already lived through a moment can provoke a feeling of security and familiarity. Or, on the other hand, it can generate discomfort, especially if subconscious memories linked to that person are difficult. Regardless of the emotion, déjà vu is a call to explore these sensations and question what your soul may be trying to reveal. The repetition of moments in different lives suggests that time is not linear, as we generally think. When you experience déjà vu with someone, you may be accessing a fragment of a previous life where this relationship was important. It may be that your soul is being drawn to recognize these connections to resolve something pending or continue a joint journey. If déjà vu is strong enough to capture your attention, it may be time to reflect on this relationship. Ask yourself what this person means to you and how this encounter could impact your current life. Déjà vu can be a portal to deeper understandings about who you are and who this person was for you in the distant past. Some people awaken intense emotions in you from the first meeting, even if there is no apparent reason for this. It can be a strong feeling of protection, affection, or conversely, inexplicable distrust and discomfort. These disproportionate emotional responses, which seem to come out of nowhere, may be related to interactions you have had in past lives. These automatic reactions are often difficult to ignore. Maybe you feel irresistibly attracted to someone without understanding why, or you feel a need to keep your distance, even if the person seems harmless. These intense emotions may be signs that in a previous life, this person played a significant role in your life, whether as an ally or an adversary. From a spiritual perspective, it is believed that souls carry emotional memories from past lives, even if the conscious mind does not remember them. These memories can be linked to experiences of joy, deep love, or even conflicts and traumas. When you meet someone with whom you had a strong connection, those old emotions can surface, shaping your current interactions in powerful ways. These emotional responses can influence your relationship with the person, regardless of how long you have actually known each other in this life. In some cases, you may feel an immediate sense of trust and security, as if you instinctively know that this person is there to support you. In other cases, there may be a sense of urgency to resolve a long-standing conflict, even if you don't consciously understand where it comes from. This emotional intensity is an opportunity to explore your own soul and the lessons you may have brought from previous lives. If the emotions are positive, they may indicate that you and this person have something important to accomplish together again. If they are negative, it may be a chance to resolve issues that remained pending in the past, releasing emotional patterns that no longer serve. When you meet someone with whom you share very specific tastes and interests, especially ones that seem out of the ordinary or difficult to explain, it could be a sign of a past life connection. These interests may include hobbies, preferences for certain places, or even an affinity for cultures and historical periods that are not part of your current environment. The feeling that you have always shared these affinities may be an indication that you already had a life together at another time. These tastes can emerge naturally, almost as if they were an extension of who you are. You and this person may be inexplicably drawn to the same types of music, art, or lifestyle without ever discussing the subject before. This affinity can create an instant connection between you, as if your souls recognize something familiar amid the chaos of everyday life. From a spiritual point of view, this synchrony can be explained by the idea that you once lived together in a context where these tastes were part of your daily life. Perhaps you shared an existence in a specific culture, Or perhaps you were partners in creative or spiritual projects at another time. These common interests would act as subconscious reminders of a previous life. This connection through shared tastes can also facilitate the creation of new bonds in the present. You may feel compelled to explore these interests together, deepening the relationship and strengthening the bonds that already exist on a spiritual level. Additionally, this affinity can offer a sense of belonging and comfort, as if you already know you are on the same path in life. On the other hand, these shared interests may bring up old lessons or missions that you have to complete together. The attraction to certain themes or activities can be a sign that there is something unfinished from another life, something that you have come to resolve or expand on now. The feeling that these affinities are an essential part of your identity may indicate that the joint journey continues in this life, with new learning and challenges. Some people evoke specific physical sensations in you, such as chills, warmth, or an immediate sense of comfort when they are around you. These physical reactions can be as intense as they are sudden, without logical explanation, and may be evidence of bodily memories related to past lives. It's as if your body recognizes that person's energy, even before your conscious mind makes any association. These physical sensations can vary from person to person. You may feel a deep sense of tranquility when you are with someone, as if you were at home, even if it is the first time you have met. Or perhaps, when you touch this person, you feel a tingling or intense energy coursing through your body, as if something deeper is being activated. These reactions often transcend the mere physical encounter and are, in fact, manifestations of something that your soul recognizes from other times. Body memory is a concept that suggests that the body, like the mind, stores information and experiences from past lives. This information can manifest itself through sensations that are activated in certain encounters. If you had a strong emotional or physical connection with someone in a previous life, your body may remember that connection, triggering these responses in the present. These sensations can be extremely positive, bringing a feeling of peace, well-being, and harmony when being with the person. This may indicate that, in a previous life, you shared a loving relationship, friendship, or partnership that was marked by a strong bond of trust. The body, upon recognizing this energy, responds with reactions of comfort and safety. However, these physical sensations are not always pleasant. You may feel physical discomfort, like a chill down your spine or a heaviness in your chest, when you approach someone. These negative reactions may be remnants of past experiences that were not harmonious. The body may be reacting to memories of pain, betrayal, or conflict that you experienced with this person in another life. These sensations, whether positive or negative, are very important for connecting with your spiritual past. Paying attention to how your body responds to certain people can offer valuable clues about the nature of your past relationships and what those connections mean in the present. They are signs that the body and soul are deeply interconnected, carrying memories that transcend time. Have you ever noticed how certain people seem to appear repeatedly in your life, in unexpected ways, and at seemingly random times? This pattern of coincidental encounters may be more than chance. Often these coincidences are actually synchronicities, significant events that reveal spiritual connections between you and another person, possibly from past lives. Life seems to orchestrate these encounters so that you continue to cross paths, as if there is something that needs to be resolved or understood. These synchronicities can manifest themselves in several ways. It may be that you think about someone and then receive a message from that person, or that you meet several times by chance, in places that neither of you frequents regularly. Sometimes the coincidences become so frequent and specific that it's hard to ignore the feeling that there's something more going on beyond what the rational mind can comprehend. From a spiritual perspective, these coincidences can be signs that you are destined to work together again, whether to resolve karmic issues, complete a spiritual mission, or simply continue a learning process that began in a previous life. Synchronicities are seen as spiritual guides that point to the importance of that person in their current journey. They signal that this connection goes beyond what is visible and conscious. These repeated encounters can bring a sense of destiny, as if your souls are being drawn to each other by greater forces. It may be that you have met in past lives and are ready to continue something that was interrupted. Perhaps you were friends, work partners, or even family in another lifetime, and now life is offering a new opportunity for that relationship to develop or find closure. The strength of these synchronicities can also indicate that there are important lessons to be learned from this person. She may be bringing out aspects of your personality that you need to explore or heal, or perhaps you have something important to offer her at this stage in her life. Regardless of the reason, these synchronous encounters are never random. They have a purpose, even if you don't understand it right away. Reflecting on these coincidences can open a path of self-knowledge and spiritual expansion. Exploring these synchronicities can be the first step in unlocking the depth of your connections with others and why certain encounters are so meaningful. There are times when you feel a deep trust in someone on the first date for no apparent reason. In other situations, an equally inexplicable feeling of distrust or discomfort may arise. These immediate, instinctive reactions can often be clues to shared experiences in past lives. Your soul may be recognizing that person, even if your conscious mind has no memory. When confidence arises instantly, it brings with it a feeling of security and tranquility. It's as if you know, in an inexplicable way, that you can trust that person with your vulnerabilities and challenges. This type of connection may be a reflection of a harmonious relationship you had in a previous life. Perhaps you were close friends, siblings, or long-term partners. The soul, upon recognizing this familiarity, responds with automatic and natural trust. On the other hand, distrust can also be a reflection of past interactions. You may feel an inner resistance when approaching someone, even if they seem friendly or harmless. This may indicate that in a previous life you had a more complicated or conflictive relationship, where hurt or betrayal marked the relationship. This distrust may be your soul's mechanism to protect itself from reliving old wounds. These instinctual responses are often extremely strong and difficult to ignore. Even if there is no logical explanation for them at the moment, they can be the soul's way of alerting you to the potential of that relationship. By paying attention to these feelings of trust or distrust, you can begin to better understand the role that person may play in your current life and what you have to learn from each other. Immediate trust can be an invitation to deepen a relationship that has deep spiritual roots, while distrust can be a sign that there are karmic lessons to be worked through. In either case, these sensations should not be ignored, as they are important clues about what lies beyond the surface of your interactions with other people. They can guide you to a deeper understanding of the nature of these connections and what is at stake spiritually. By recognizing these automatic responses, you are also making space for healing and growth. If the trust is immediate, you may feel free to explore this relationship with openness and enthusiasm. If distrust arises, this could be a sign that there is an opportunity for karmic healing or resolving old conflicts. In both cases, these sensations are valuable guides for your journey of self-knowledge and the development of your spiritual relationships. The connections we experience with other people often go beyond what we can see and understand on the physical plane. Inexplicable sensations, coincidences, affinities, and intense emotions can be signs that our souls have interacted in past lives. These meetings carry lessons, opportunities for growth, and in some cases, the need to resolve unfinished issues. Each of these manifestations, whether an immediate connection, a nonverbal communication, or déjà vu, acts as a sign that our souls carry memories beyond this life. By paying attention to these experiences and exploring the depths of our feelings and reactions, we can uncover broader truths about our spiritual journeys. Whether it's deepening a trusting relationship or facing an emotional challenge, these connections offer a new chance for growth and mutual understanding. Being open to the possibility of past lives allows us to look at our relationships in a richer, deeper way. By recognizing the signs and exploring their implications, we can expand our consciousness and find new meaning in our interactions. Recognizing that souls can be linked beyond time returning whenever there is something important to be learned or resolved.